Hello and welcome back to Axis and Allies. This is part 2 and the conclusion to my team club solo game versus El Capo. I'll leave a link to the first part in the description for those who have missed it. A lot has happened to get to this point. Take enough of your time here. Let's get on with the video and I hope you enjoy. Alright, UK round 11. 11 infantry for the Germans. Eight to Germany and 3 to Italy. Took West Russia, no units lost. Took Bello, losing an infantry. Took Northern, no units lost. Took Baltic, no units lost. Sent a couple infantry to the Caucasus. And didn't stack West Russia. Now that I think about it, I'm not really sure why Germany would do that anyway. The UK has a pretty decent attack on it. So, I guess I'm just being paranoid, but Japan could still make the journey. But I think there's way too many allies that can interfere. But we'll see. Alright, so for the UK's turn, I've not actually decided to buy yet. 36 income, 8 recruitment slots. So, well, I need at least 6 infantry. Got 18 to spend. I could buy UK bombers. I could buy UK fighters. Could get some tanks for the UK. Don't really need the tanks though. So yeah, like I guess artillery. Save the 4. What's my income? 26. Abysmal. Maybe I save the 6 for another bomber next round. Because I'll have... What is the plan? No, I'm going to trade the entire front line here. So I'm going to have 32, 38. 38 income. On a good day, of course. It depends whether I actually take the territory or not. Yeah, I guess I saved the 6. I could get some artillery. Like that. I don't know if it's worth the UK going up to 4 transports. I think the UK can focus on trading these two provinces. I think I'm actually going to move into Season 5 and actually bring 2 fighters along. Yeah, I think 1 infantry, fighter, and a bomber, as long as the fighter can make it back, yep. And then 2 fighters here, 2 here. Oh. Another thing with the UI, that is a problem. Oh, I thought I had more infantry in there. Okay. No. What's going on? Yeah, I thought I had an artillery piece. I guess I didn't. Yeah, I don't mind trading this hard with the UK here. That's their That's their job here after all. Yeah, I guess that kind of sucks. I thought I had the artillery, but just the UI overlapping. I don't know why they just don't put the UI here. Unless that's reserved for like tanks or planes or something. I don't know why it's like that. Alright, well hopefully the fighters do their job here. I guess I don't have to overcommit too hard with this one. So I could do 3 fighters for West Russia. Or Baltic. That should suffice, that should suffice. And then this one here. I'm sending 2 fighters here anyway. Alright, good stuff. Good luck to the UK. Very responsive from the Germans. Yeah, I need Germany to start suffering a little more, not losses when he engages. Oh, that is unfortunate. Yeah, that's not gonna cut it, is it? Okay. Right, very nice. Responsive Germany still. Nothing's changed. Yeah, I need him to start suffering losses on the takebacks, but he really isn't. Unless I'm got short-term memory. Let's have a look. He lost 3 that round. Okay. Lost 3 that round. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I'll take back what I said. This should... I'm pretty sure I did calculate this correctly. It's like an 84 to hold. I killed it. Unfortunately, I didn't take it, so he could blitz tanks through. I don't know why he would do that. But he could do that. So, 2 carriers and a destroyer. This transport picks up 2 infantry. And I could trade 4 territories with Britain here. We'll see what happens. I'll leave the AA gun be. Yeah. 3 fighters and then 1 more, I think. Yep. Bomber, I think it's fine here. Right, good stuff. Yeah, so this cruiser, I might actually bring home now. You can go round 12, round 13, round 14, round 15. So it's not that significant. Is it worth bringing the cruiser back? Is there a better purpose for it over here? I just don't want to have to haul it around for another God knows how many turns just to stay with the fleet. I don't think I need it anymore. The US can handle this situation. I don't know what he's planning here, but if he moves into 59, I think the US has a like an 85 to wipe, plus with this fighter involved. So I'm not sure if he's up for that. The same with this position as well, and that'll be with 1 less fighter. So he could sack a transport to take Alaska, but I can just trade it back. So yeah. I think I'll bring it back so I can just keep the British fleet together. It's kind of getting tedious having to remind myself to move it every round. But it served its purpose. It did help defend the fleet. I did offer him a couple 50-50s on the fleet. He just didn't take it, so... Fair enough. Move these guys forward. And I'll actually have the artillery in Karelia this time, and I won't get confused by the UI. And yeah, I think I'll just have the UK trade as much of this material forward and preserve the US and the Russians. That's the most important thing here. If Japan trades this back, Germany gets no benefit. And then the US can trade it back. And then the Allies gain a net 2 IPC profit income. So, yeah, it's not really worth it unless he physically stacks it. And I can't trade it. He might stack it. He might go for the point cap. I don't know what's happened here. But I might have enough Allied units in range to stack it. There's a lot of Americans in the vicinity, right? Alright, a nice round from the UK, actually. I mean, yeah, that is, that's a bomber and 8 units, so... I have 4 to spare again. Brilliant. What would I spend it on? I guess reserves, because I might lose Africa. It really does depend, but I think I will keep the chain going and send 2 a turn. 2 infantry a turn, just to get the numbers thick here. Alright, great round from the UK. Despite the heavy response from the... I mean, it is a little ridiculous on every single combat. +1. Well, I did take the territory, so that's what matters. Right, that is the end of UK round 11. And we'll be back for USA round 11. Right. USA round 11. 16 infantry. 1 artillery for the Japanese. That is quite the buy. I think that is the best buy for him. Took French Madagascar, took Western Australia, took Kazakh, no units lost. Yep. 3 infantry to India, 2 to Kwangtung, 4 to Caucasus, 3 to Manchuria, and the rest into Japan. Yeah, that's quite the infantry buy, as you can see. Quite the attack power Japan has got. And he's splitting his fleet around. Now, I think I can contain the Japanese here to this area. With this fleet, I can bring this fleet down and actually dead zone 28 and 27 to stop him from landing. Well, he could still land, he would have to sack the transport. Yeah, so for the US, I'm thinking of 10 infantry, 1 artillery, 1 more bomber. I think I'm going to get a bomber a turn with the US, because that would allow me to actually just completely zone off Japan in the ocean. For the most part, I think that's the best way to deal with this. I need to force him to combine, so he doesn't try and expand both ways. Do apologize. My illness is going, and it's the remnants of coming, going. Yeah, I think that's fine. I can send my fleet to 23, cruiser, aircraft carrier, and a fighter. Leave the fighter in Egypt. Then send this bomber down to Egypt. Send this bomber to French West. And the combined air power and fleet, dead zones 27 and 28. He can still go to 33 and land. If he wanted to, but I still have a fighter and 2 bombers on 33. This fighter, if I land it to here, landing this fighter here actually dead zones 33 as well. He can go to 34, but it's still dead zoned. I have too many landing spots. Bomber here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's too many. So I might actually be able to dead zone the entire the entire Horn of Africa here. And Southern Africa. Yeah, I like that. I think the fighter here on its own, right? 1, 2. Yeah, he can't punish me putting the fighter there on its own. And the carrier and cruiser do not need assistance. They have to defend themselves against 1 bomber. I don't think he's going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, he can't even reach. Nice. Yeah, great stuff. I can dead zone all this. Over here, then, I'm thinking of moving into 44. And I did say I was going to bring the cruiser home. But it actually serves a better purpose defending my fleet still. There is a small air attack, and he could go for it and luck out and wipe my fleet, my surface fleet. I've only got 2 surface ships. He might luck out. It's unlikely, but I might just keep it in the vicinity just to ensure the defense. I might need it in the future anyway if he buys another bomber. So, yeah, moving into 44, we'll dead zone 46. So we can't hide here with his fleet. He could combine his fleet into 47. That would force me away, but I'm just delaying him from expanding. Moving into 44 allows me to dead zone 39. So we can't come from underneath and hit Eastern and get a bonus bombard. Yeah, that's why I want to move there. And the transport, I think we'll actually just pick up 2 guys. Drop them into Hawaii for now. I'm pretty sure it's safe on its own in 53. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6 or 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he would need a bomber in Japan to zone this off. Yeah, I think this is looking pretty good for the Americans. One thing before I start, I need to calculate to see if the Allies can actually stack West Russia or not. Right, yeah, I'm just looking at stacking West Russia. It's almost there. I just can't spare any fighters yet. It's almost there. I can spare 1 fighter and everything I can in here. I can put everything I can in here. And 1 fighter and still have Moscow at an 88. It is a 90% for him to conquer, but adding 1 fighter completely drastically changed it. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, if I add 1 more, it goes down by a whole 10%. So I have the lights ready. I just need the heavies. But maybe 1 more round of waiting, I might be able to stack West Russia. Not necessarily to kick Japan off of the Caucasus, but to back off Germany and dead zone Ukraine. So that no Japan units can reinforce, right? I need to start strangling the German economy, right? So I think for round 11, UK just does its trade or tries and trades all again, because Japan's not going to trade West Russia, so I'm guarantee a landing zone, right? Unless he's scared of me stacking. Because it's a net zero. The Axis gain nothing for if Japan conquers West Russia, since Germany can't take the income. So it just gives the Allies an extra 2 IPC, because the UK takes it and then the Americans retake it. Or even the Russians, right? Almost there. It's almost there. I just need more chaff to hold. I think my position's okay. I'm preparing to stack West Russia. So hopefully round 13, it might be there for me, right? I might offer, I don't know about that, might offer like a 40% on West Russia from the Japanese. Because if he hits that, obviously he would lose his forward position, right, and his stack for the most part. I do say that, but it looks like Japan will stack Kazakh. So I will need as many Americans in Russia to try and dead zone this as hard as I can. Okay, I'm not sure why the game did that, but yeah, I think that is the plan. So hopefully I can achieve this stack before he can reinforce. Otherwise I'm going to have to keep filtering into Archangel. Alright, I think we should get on with the turn here. Been plenty of time, I think. Yeah, 10 infantry, artillery, and a bomber. I'm not making a mistake, I don't think. Yeah, I've calculated it without a couple things, but I don't really need to worry about Moscow anymore. Since I'm stacking the US on top still. Alright, so the plan. The plan of attack, I'm going to commit 1 American here and here. I'm going to trade Kazakh as well. This bomber needs to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can engage this. It needs to land in Egypt. I'm pretty confident he has no odds on Egypt, so I'm just going to leave everything here. The fighter doesn't need to move. Well, it can actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can use it in the combat. I'll just trade fighter for fighter here. I'm pretty sure it's the only combat I'm doing. Obviously with infantry, that would help. Yeah. I think it's a pretty good decision for both allied members to increase their bomber count now. Just to limit Axis movement entirely across the map. Good luck to the Americans here. Wow, very nice. What is happening? What I want is 2 guys. Bring this guy back. Bring these guys back. I'm actually going to pull these guys back so I actually have more units to send across. Yeah, the fleet comes down. Fighter will go here. I don't know. I guess I just stack Moscow harder. I'm just concerned of this weird move. So I'm hoping he doesn't get any ideas of doing that. I don't know, I might leave my tanks in Archangel to threaten that still. I think I do like the tanks sitting in there still. Now, do I even need to move forward? Like, I don't think I'm struggling. I mean, maybe the addition of 19 infantry, an artillery and a tank is concerning, so I probably should send as much as I can forward. A single bomber against 4 ships should be enough. I'm going to bring back another destroyer, so I can send it down south if I need assistance. Right, this side of the board, I think I'll pick up 2 guys here. And then move into 44. Bomber will fly over to here or here. It doesn't matter. I think I'll send the bomber here. If I leave the bomber here, it actually zones off 29 and 32 with some soft power. So we can't leave an exposed transport. Maybe. I mean, it's safe, right? I'm not mistaken. Picks up 2 guys, goes 1, 2. Yeah, it doesn't work. German bomber goes 1. Doesn't work. Yep. The Japan bomber, yeah, it's too far away. There's a fighter protecting it anyway, but yeah, there is no risk. And I zone off 35 as well. I mean, I do that already with this bomber, but... And 36. Yeah, there's some good pressure here. It does limit his movement. Yeah, I'm liking it. Bomber, artillery, infantry. Rest of the infantry into Eastern United States. Yeah, I think buying bombers here as the Allied members would really limit the Japanese expansion. I've done a decent job so far with this fleet at denying him and applying pressure. Because every point counts at this. It's gonna go late, like it could go proper late game. So every point matters. So ensuring that I have a firm grip on Africa, and I'm basically showing here that if you want Africa, you're going to have to meet the same energy here. That's a lot of Americans waiting for the landings, right? And it's not even at the expense of the Americans. Not really. Yeah, this is pretty decent money for the Russians as well, considering what is happening here. Yeah, I'm pretty I'm not comfortable, but I am liking this. I'm only concerned about the Japanese stacking of Kazakh here after Germany takes it. He doesn't have many planes, but it's still a fighter at the end of the day. And Germany can always add to the Caucasus until I can stack West Russia and kick them out and push them back. Yeah, I don't think I've made a mistake here. He's not putting his bomber in France still, so I don't have to be... I'm not too pressured to defend 10, but I can if I need to. I will get an artillery piece so Russia can start trading for itself soon. And Russia will do no combat whatsoever. Yeah, I'm not mistaken. There's no combat. Right, I'm going to save all these Russians for later. Alright, good stuff. Yep, the Allies have plenty of units to trade this. He might stack this, but I don't think that's a good move at all. Should be dead zone thoroughly, so it would divert Americans over here, but I don't think it achieves too much. I don't have to take it, I can strafe it as well. I do have a decent air force as the Americans here. I must move this. Yeah. Yeah, and this cruiser will move there as well. Alright, good stuff from the Russians. $17 IPC for the Russians, not too bad. Start investing in artillery if I really wanted to. Start applying some more pressure onto the Caucasus and threaten a 1-2. Yeah, I am liking this. It will look different when Germany has their turn, but I'm hoping the UK can pull off the same maneuver here. Maybe even a bonus Northern Europe. Yeah, it depends, of course. We'll see what Germany does. I don't want him stacking Baltic and giving up France, because that would apply a lot of pressure. But there is a pro to that. It allows the UK to take more money, of course. Yeah, that is the end of Russia round 12. I'll be back for UK round 12. Right. UK round 12. 2 artilleries, 9 infantry for the Germans. Alright, took West Russia, killing 2 and 1, losing 1. Killed an infantry in Bello, no units lost. Killed 2 in Baltic, no units lost. And sent some reinforcements to Poland. I'm going to try and get the Allies to stack West Russia round 13. I'll see on this round as well. I don't know if there's enough Americans and enough Russians on their own to defend themselves with the air just yet. It's almost there. We'll see what happens. I do think Japan will stack Kazakh here with the reinforcements. So I might have to strafe it with the US. We'll see. Yeah, but after that, the reinforcements don't slow down because he keeps landing here. Yeah, there's a lot of units coming up through China here. With the UK, 3 and 3. With a bomber. I'm going to try and bomb Germany, I think. Yeah, I'm going to bomb Germany, and I think I'm going to trade these 3 again, and actually hope Germany will suffer some more hitbacks. Also got here 2. Let's do 1 and 1. And then here, I think. Then 2 guys. Ooh, do I want to land here? Maybe I do. It's unfortunate about the artillery. I might use it here then. Right, this should do. Yeah, that's alright. I get to save some infantry. I'll move them into Archangel. I don't think... Since Japan is going to stack Kazakh here, I actually can't form the West Russia stack this turn. So I'm just going to have to flood Moscow with Americans still. And just keep it going until eventually... I could stack both and kick the Germans back and slowly push Germany backwards. I think that is the plan. Over here, I'm gonna bring the cruiser back. The sub needs to run away. Stay put here. There's no. I don't really care to trade this right now. Oh, do I save? I mean, America could just take it for free. I would prefer UK though. Interesting. I might... It's a bit overkill, if I'm being honest. Let's try and preserve some of this material. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah, I don't mind overcommitting with the British here, because I do want Germany to take hitbacks and commit more units so I can trade harder with them. But he's just not suffering losses at the moment. At all. So, it's kind of... I'm trying to whittle Germany down with attrition, and he's just not suffering losses, so... But this should be fine. I can move this guy in here again. Well, actually, I'll do this. Have this guy move here. Or here to trade this. Or this. Alright, great stuff. And I rolled a 6. Awesome. Wow, okay. Very, very good start so far. This is the one we failed. Okay, that was lucky. Alright, come on, boys. First rounder. Very nice. Very nice. A nice forward front line here for Germany to deal with. Excellent stuff. Right, you can move here or here. You can go around this way. Alright, great stuff. That was a pretty good round from the UK. That's a lot of trading Germany has to do now. There's absolutely no point Japan trading this unless he's stacking it. I prepared the Americans in a way where if he tries and moves one direction, or both here, he will lose his fleet, right? Because every zone here is dead zoned. As well as all of these tiles here, and there's some soft power on these ones. So he has to combine his navy if he wants to progress either side, right? And this fleet is dead zoning 59, so he can't push forward here either. Or go harass this. So it's looking comfortable with the US here to contain the Japanese expansion. If he lands, I might just have to air raid the land units. I can commit a tank to it, actually, it's not too bad. But I will have to kill his units because he can't sustain it. The supply lines are a bit too long at the moment, so... Yeah, pretty good stuff for the UK, that. Yeah, that was a very nice bomb as well. Very nice bomb. Right, a bomber, 3 artillery and 3 infantry. Suppose I should have the other bomber go there as well, but it's fine. 25 IPC, I'll be buying another bomber next round. Yeah, a little bit of a lead, but Japan is about to have their turn, and they're the ones with the money, so... But it's roughly... It's 86 to... 52... 96. So I do have an income lead slightly. Alright, that's the end of UK round 12. And I'll be back for USA round 12. Right. USA round 12. 17 infantry for the Japanese. I think that's a max buy. Yeah, for everywhere besides Japan. Very healthy. Took Transjordan, took Kazakh, took Evenki. Losing an infantry, lost an infantry taking Novo. Further stacked and did not push his reinforcement in. He might do next turn. So I'm going to have to keep putting more Americans in here to threaten a strafe. I want to keep trading it to stop him putting a Kazakh IC down as well. Now, I've calculated my odds on a West Russia stack. I can play with the odds. Give him like an 82 on Russia. And then like a 63 on West Russia if Germany hits me. I don't know if I should take that. It's a minus 36 attacker profit for the Axis. And Japan can't really go and hit and take Russia, because then the US will just take it back. So I'm not really sure. I don't know, I could go for it. It's very finicky. It would probably force a confrontation. But he would have to go in with Germany. If he doesn't, it's a 74 hole for the Allies. It's just pretty much pure the entire American stack, and you have the entire Russian stack right beside it. I can either do it now or wait one more turn, but waiting one more turn allows all these men to move forward. If I do that, if I stack it, then Japan can safely stack Kazakh. So it's kind of double-edged sword, really. I think I'll have to wait one more turn for round 13. Possibly. It's either that, or I start building a Baltic stack right now. I don't know. The reason why I want to stack West Russia is to push the Germans back. And to trade this. Because if Japan trades it, Germany doesn't get the money. So it becomes a worthless slot for him to trade, just like with West Russia right now. So... oh, I don't know. It's very concerning because that is a lot of infantry. Not really much I can do about it. It does get a little weaker after that point because it's only 8. So the reinforcements do whittle away a little bit, but not by much. If I keep trading this, that brings a unit away as well. I guess I just keep trading because it will drain this stack slightly. Yeah, and then I keep holding Moscow. He has no odds on Moscow. It's just I have so many units spare that I could set up a West Russia stack right now. Yeah, so another thing is he's combined his navy into 38. He's moved his navy into 36 and 61. He could stack his entire navy into 49 and go for Hawaii, and then stack maybe stack, I don't know if he can, the Japanese and the Germans into West Russia to go for a VC snipe. I don't know if that's actually possible. I think there's too many Americans and Russians. But it might force me to... it might force a huge trade and it'll just weaken everyone again. And he'll gain Hawaii still. So, with that in mind, I'm not going to go overkill on the defense. We get 10 infantry, artillery, and a fighter. I'm going to bring these guys down to 21 and bring this fighter along with me. And I'll try and set up an air defense. I can get one fighter there next round. This fighter will get there round 14. 2 infantry here. So I can pick up a further 2 more if he does go for it. Then I'll have 5 infantry, AA gun, and a fighter as defense. Australia is lost for the most part. Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts here. If he comes back, I'll move these guys back. I don't think I need to send any more Americans just yet. He's clearly given up on going for this for now. But you can still bring guys to Madagascar. Yeah, that's quite a big problem if he stacks there. I would have to retreat. and then possibly have to buy a navy to wipe his navy, or at least enough units to wipe. This US bomber. Where's my other one? Here. Interesting. Technically, I can do that. So this bomber, if it doesn't die on its bombing raid, I might bomb it. I might bomb Germany. It can go here. Then the turn after, if he makes a move, I can bring the bomber to Western Canada. And then I'll have an extra bomber and whatever I buy here, including this bomber and the fighter that I'm going to buy, and this fighter. And this fleet. He doesn't have a particularly big air force for his defense of his navy. But he does have 2 battleships, still. So, and a cruiser. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I don't know, it's too much. There's too much what ifs going on right now. I can only really prepare slightly. Yeah. I think this will be the buy. The plan is 1 infantry, 2 infantry, yeah, 2 fighters, 2 fighters. I think I'm going to have Russia actually deal with this. 1 infantry, fighter. This fighter, yeah, it does that. This bomber? No, I could use this bomber as well. Here? I want to retain my artillery, the Americans here. Not so much Russia. I would prefer to. I might have to commit 2 infantry to this. It's not vital as long as Russia is on 15 income. That's 5 units a turn. I'm happy with that. I'm not going to get anything better in this state. Do I really want to bomb him this turn? I'm not really a fan of losing a bomber. A US bomber. A UK bomber, not so much. But a US bomber is a bit... meh, really. One, two, three, 4, 5. I can still land the bomber here, that's fine. And if he makes a move back this way, I could just send I could send a fighter back down to Egypt. I could bring this fighter back. I could bring both my bombers down. It's not a big deal. Alright, let's go overkill on this unit. If I can kill the unit, I can just take it with the UK. That's fine. Yep, I just want to kill the infantry at least. Yep, ideally I'd take it for Russia, and then at least kill the unit so the UK can take it. Alright, good luck to the Americans here. Oh, I just had to ruin it. Had to ruin my perfect dice rolls. Excellent. And again, okay. I'm going to bring 2 guys over because he could just sack a transport for Alaska. So I need to at least trade it back. Do I even need to move this bomber? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. That's fine. Transport here. These guys move across, as usual. Okay. Maybe it's worth just leaving extra threat on Berlin here. What do I need? 4 at least. If I have 4 waiting, I don't mind leaving the extra 1 behind. And I leave 6 here. And I'm threatening 12, at least 12 Americans here. And 6 UK. I might get another transport with the UK. It might be worth now getting up there. Since he's backed off of Africa for now, it might be worth it. This fleet doesn't necessarily have to move. Like, it doesn't need to move. There's no threat on this navy. There's no threat of him catching my navy. He only has a fighter and a bomber on this target. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Of course, they can just land there. His other fighter is here, so there's no real threat. I think I might just stay in 44. And I'm threatening 40 a little harder, actually, so we can't actually move forward to 40. With this navy being here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, the fighter I buy can actually land on the carrier. So we actually can't progress to 40. 1, 2, 3. Well, he can land this fighter here, but the fleet should be big enough to wipe this. So the only... He could go and stack 49, but how is he going to make progress here? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, the bomber can land here as well. So yeah, 39 is also slightly dead zoned. Alright, a fighter, artillery and infantry. Then 9 more infantry. Less than ideal. Not really efficient anymore. I have too many transports to supply that. It's going to be 10 a turn now. But I have the majority of the American bulk here, so it should be fine. Oh, hang on a minute. 2 here. So I have the transport bring up 2 guys. Yeah, that would definitely help. So yeah, there's quite a big drain on the units going this way, but the IC is still up and running. I'll get the artillery. It's a bit of a luxury. The only thing I'm doing is trading this. If I failed to kill the unit, I'd have to put a Russian forward to at least trade it. Just want to kill the unit, that's it. I don't want to commit anything more. Good luck to the Russians. Okay, of course. The Axis continue to be lively with their hitbacks. I'm really hoping Germany takes losses here. I mean, he did lose 2 infantry there, so I can't really complain too much. It's just, of course, of course, when I don't overcommit, I take a loss. Yeah, so Japan's took 2 that turn. Considering what Germany killed, he only lost 1. Nothing too important there, but then Germany also killed a bunch of units on his turn, only losing 1. So it really is something I need. Yeah, I really need Germany to start failing his trades, or at least taking losses. That would help a lot. Yeah, no fancy artillery buy, but he still has to commit a unit here to force a trade. And here, so it's not over. Not too bad. Well, at least I killed the unit with Russia. That's all I can really ask for. And the extra artillery will help dead zone Kazakh. Yeah, pretty decent. Actually a threat from the Russians now. So he might just have to keep throwing. I mean, this is also going to die out. It's going to go right down to 3, and this will go right down to 8. So this huge bulk of reinforcements will die down eventually. All right, good stuff from the Allies there. That's the end of Russia round 13. I'll be back for UK round 13. All right, UK round 13. Quite a strange turn from the Germans here. Prepared 5 points of damage to Germany. Bought no units. Very interesting. The only thing I can think of that Germany plans to stack Baltic round 14 by 10 tanks into Berlin, and then go for a point snipe, a point cap. It only confirms my suspicions if he moves into 49 with the Japanese fleet, which means America must stack West Russia this turn. Which means I can't really strafe Kazakh. I would have to do quite a few calculations to see what I can get away with here. This might be an all-in from Germany. I'm not really sure what's going on. That's literally the only thing I can think of with this buy. Well, this refusal to buy. Yeah, 65. He repairs 3 at least, and then buys 10 tanks into Germany. Gives up France, which is that's why I'm a bit iffy about it, because then I just trade France. So it's not, the point cap's not there, but then the Axis. Hold Karelia. I'd have to see what happens. If I don't think Japan can stack into West Russia. I don't think that's an option. I I think that's a huge mistake. I think there's just too many Americans and Russians. So he can't be doing that now. That would have to be a round 14 move. That's why I need to stack it with the US this round. So that the Americans can protect Karelia from the 1-2 army move. That's all I can think of. He would roughly have... These guys are going to stay put, unless they move forward. But he would roughly have 27 and 3, and then 10 tanks. Alright, well, with that in mind, the UK will buy its usual buy, because it can't really affect the outcome of that anyway. 3 and 3, with another bomber. That should be the move. There's nothing else to do. Yep, if he moves into 49, that confirms my suspicions, meaning that I have to hold Hawaii. Well, I don't have to, but I don't want to cede this territory to him. Yeah, it could get quite dicey in the next couple rounds. We'll see what happens here. 3, 3, and 1. Save the 2 because UK's money is running out slowly. I'm actually gonna... I'm not gonna trade as hard this round, I don't think, because of Bello, it's kind of problematic, so I have to take West Russia this turn. I think I plan on air raiding Bello this turn. It doesn't matter. Oh, it does matter. I at least kill the unit, right? But I think I need to nuke these units with my air force. I'll bomb Germany again. Hopefully, I can knock it down past. Hopefully, I can roll at least a 3, so that he can't buy the full 10 tanks next round. Well, he can, but he would have to deploy 1 into Italy, right? I think this is the move. Unless I commit more land units and commit an extra fighter here. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, actually. I want to 1 round this. I don't mind. I mean, it's infantry artillery, though. I don't really mind. As long as he takes hitbacks, I'm fine with it, but I need to nuke this. I don't mind losing 1 fighter. That's fine. What's going on? I don't mind losing 1 fighter. I just want to kill the units. Then the US can take. It's fine. UK's done its job. And yes, I don't mind losing 1 fighter. Oh yeah, blitz this as well. So he's forced to commit 1 Japanese. Yeah, it's weird because he repaired 5. That's why I'm so confused. He repaired 5. I don't know. Yeah, 10 tanks deployed into Berlin. Right, this is good luck to the UK here. I think that's bang on the money, isn't it? I wanted a 3. Did I? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I wanted a 3. He can still buy 10 tanks, but 1's got to go into Italy now. Excellent. Nicely done. Beautiful. Yeah, it sucks about the artillery. It is going to die, but it's fine. As long as I get hit backs, of course. Yeah, this is where I'm going to have to sack a fighter to take West Russia, I think. Or we luck out. I'll definitely take that. Right, come on, planes. I need a nice one-rounder. I'll definitely take that. Excellent stuff. Outstanding round from the UK. Very nice. I couldn't have asked for this round to have gone any better. The sub will come back because the sub actually helps Dead Zone 34 along with the bombers and fighters in Russia. Very happy with this result. I don't know what... Do I move the AA gun here now? I don't know what's happening with the Japanese. I don't know if he's going to stack that. That seems a bit insane to me, stacking West Russia. No, he'd have to do it with Germany first, and then there. I'll move the AA gun forward so I can come here the following round, or come back, so I can move the US AA gun forward if I need to. I mean, it's not vital. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The Axis just don't have an air force to really give that much thought to that. That's just wasted energy on that. Bomber, 3 and 3. 20, yeah, 30 income. That's... Oh, I can't buy another bomber next round. Yeah, the money's really running out now. The UK. But this bomber squadron from the UK is pretty nice. Yep. Good stuff from the UK there. Very happy with that round. US takes for free. Worth an infantry. I'll definitely take that. Bonus income from the US, who's been stagnated at 44 for roughly the entire game. That's always helpful. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, I'm very confused why he's done this, but like I've explained, yeah, I think that's the only reason why he would do that. It's some sort of VC play or some sort of play to take Karelia from the Allies. It's a huge commitment. It does ring quite a few alarm bells, so I will try and stack West Russia or bring back Americans to Archangel at the very least, right? So I can stack it and have no problems. And then try and force a Baltic stack that way. It might change the game's progression slightly, because I do want to go this way, preferably. If he throws these guys forward, that complicates things if he's going for that play. Because I have to expend US weakening the units stacking Kazakh. We can't put an IC down there either. I'm not really sure what Japan's going to do. Japan's going to be the one winning this game for the Axis here, but Germany's not out of it because he could do this move, right? Alright, well that's the end of UK round 13, and I'm back for USA round 13. Right, USA round 13. 2 artilleries and 15 infantry for the Japanese. 2 to Kwangtung, 1 and 2 to India, 1 and 5 to Japan, 3 in infantry to Manchuria, 3 to Caucasus. Took Trans for 3. Took Kazakh, no units lost. Took West Russia, no units lost. That's questionable. Because now the Allies get a net positive +2 IPC. Because the UK got the money for it and now the US will. Not seeing the reason why he's done that. It might be because he's predicting I stack West Russia this turn. So I can't stack my US fighters on it. But I could just simply stack the Russian and the UK fighters, right? In fact, I have more UK fighters, so yeah, that doesn't work. If that's what he did that for. Stacked Ukraine, which is interesting. Very interesting, actually. I'm not sure why. They might make their way to Belo or Poland. I don't know where he's going with this. I'm not seeing it. The tanks can make it to Berlin. I mean, Berlin's not in any trouble. Like, I have like an 18% take. I'm not taking that, right? I would need the UK to go in first, so it's not an option right now. And then he stacked Kazakh. Now, it's a huge stack, but the Allies have so many units. I can keep Moscow to an 88 to hold. Plus, I have so many spare Americans that I can just leave here. I'm going to try... I'll leave it at a comfortable 90% to hold, because even if Japan takes... I just take it back with the US. It's that simple. It's not a big deal. And that's all of this material gone. Japan's lost a ton of its pressure. I mean, it's still got a bit of a stack here, just to keep the Allies from breaking out from Africa here. But yeah. So I'm still under the impression that Germany is going to buy 10 tanks on their turn. Good job to the UK bombing that he actually physically can't afford to deploy all 10 to into Berlin now. And I have a big suspicion he will actually stack all Germans forward, give up France, to try and bust open Karelia. I'm not sure why else you would save 65 points and not buy for a whole turn. And just repair 5. That's the crazy thing. Just repaired 5 on Germany. I don't think I need to bomb Germany again. I think I've pretty good luck with the UK getting what I want here. I got exactly the number that I needed to stop him from deploying 10 tanks. So I'm not going to push my luck here. I'm just going to... I'll keep the UK bombing. I don't really want to expend US in this situation right now. So yeah, I think I can comfortably stack West Russia and Moscow this turn. No problem. Now, with what's happening down here, the fleet has moved into 49. Now, he only has 2 infantry technically to hit Hawaii, so I'm not concerned. His best attack is 2 infantry and 2 bombards. No airplanes in the area at all. So I'm not worried. I might actually sack the transport to get the 2 extra infantry there. Make it impossible and then switch the doctrine to a keep AA so he can't kill my AA gun. My fleet can actually stack 43. Which is great because that's what I was planning. Yeah, fleet defense. He gets this fighter. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can land on this carrier. He has 2 battleships. Yep, carrier, cruiser, destroyer, sub. Against 3 submarines destroyer, 2 cruisers, carrier, 2 fighters, that's a bomber, fighter and fighter, and a battleship for an 89 to hold. This fleet then dead zones 45 and 39, so if he wants to pick this guy up and this guy up and then go in with just infantry and a couple bombards, his fleet dies in 45. I have an overwhelming dead zone on it. Yeah, a 99.5 with a whopping 52 attacker profit. If he moves into 53, the exact same. He can't push forward. You have to sack your transports if you're that desperate to take Eastern Australia. I don't think it's strategically worth it. He could just bring the guy and put him in Western and just keep applying units, I guess, and do so with this transport as well. A lot of effort to take Eastern, but he can't really do anything else. He doesn't really have an air force. He doesn't really have the fleet to push forward because I'm dead zoning so hard. So I'm at fault for the reason why he can't push forward. Yeah, so no odds on Hawaii. He would need to seriously increase his navy or his air force to put pressure on this. All I need to do is buy a single bomber and he cannot push forward. Because I have enough units here. I suppose this is kind of 2 ocean strategy. It's kind of turned into that. But the Allies are in such a comfortable position, without Jinx in there, of course. The Americans can play around in the Pacific still, and I've done so for the entire game. And I'm actually pretty happy with the way it's gone so far. So, yeah, this is a first time for me. Well, it's not true. I've tried it in the past, but then I've just lost my fleet because I stacked a dead zone without realizing. So, yeah. I'll stack 43 of my fleet. This fleet can go 1-2. This fighter can go 1-2-3. Not a problem. The cruiser will follow. I don't mind sacking a transport. It really doesn't bother me because I'm protecting a VC city. A victory city. So he can commit the single sub. And that'll be a net 1 IPC profit for the Axis when I kill it. Yeah, I mean, it's technically a small economic win, but it doesn't really achieve much. He loses a fleet, right? Which means he can't push forward still. So I'm not sure what this is doing here. Alright, enough blabbering, I think. I think the US will buy 8 infantry, 2 artilleries, and another bomber. Keep the bomber a turn going for both allied members here. You cannot go wrong with bombers, especially during late games. One guy. I think, yeah, I'll leave this for Russia, but not Germany. America is trading this. It's definitely happening. I will trade this. I need to take this. I don't mind committing 2 fighters here. As long as they land back here. Yeah, Russia takes. Should be perfectly fine. I guess, yeah, just fully attack this. Alright, this should be the end of the Americans' turn here for the for combat. Yeah, so I've got the correct unit count going there. Absolutely zero odds. Even from a 1-2, it's just not going to happen. On average, I have 16 infantry left. It's just not there. Moscow, at worst, in its current situation, it will be a 98. If the Allies need some emergency fighters from the UK for whatever reason, I have 4 right here. I don't need to take from here. Bombers are more fodder. I've not even included them in the calculation. He has a 1% chance to conquer Russia. Let's say he somehow wins that. America just retakes. It's that simple. There should be nothing else to this round. Besides hoping I succeed this trade. So I don't have to expend an extra Russian to take it. If Germany trades this, that is one of the worst mistakes you could make as the Axis. Because I'll just leave it blue permanently. Very nice. Just kill the units, boys. Excellent. Alright. That would be a simple strafe from the UK tank again. Unless I decide to put an infantry forward and force him to use his bomber somewhere else. Very nice. Yep, the UK sub will infiltrate. Yeah. That's what this note's for. Alright, you guys move forward here. Another 8. That's another 10. Another 8, so another 4. I'll pick 2 guys up. I don't mind doing this. I'll leave the bomber here. He has 0 odds on taking Hawaii. He's relying on 2 bombards that he might get. And then he has to roll 1s with 2 infantry. I think I have enough fodder to withstand that, even if I keep the AA to die after the infantry. So, if he somehow pulls it off, absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, so any C zone that he pushes forward with is Omega dead zoned, even 49. So he has to put more fleet there. Yeah, 49, 45, like anything within a 2-block radius of this navy is dead zoned. So, yeah, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to change up what I'm doing. I don't really want to sack the transport, but I'm going to put him... If he wants to kill the transport, he has to commit the carrier to 53. Which means he has to commit his fleet to 53. But 53 is heavily dead zoned, so that won't work. He has to leave it alone. If I leave the destroyer in 44, from my knowledge, a submarine cannot go through a destroyer because destroyers detect In the combat move, destroyers can, subs can go through fleets without a destroyer in the way. But since I'm putting a destroyer here, there should be no way the sub can go through it. Think. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fighter can reach and kill the transport if he really wants to. Alright, another bomber. Artillery, infantry. And then 7 and 1 here. I mean, it's still 10 a turn into Karelia. Which is, I mean, it is matching Germany. So that's still roughly 12 allies here. And now 6 allies here. There's 18 allies. And then Germany has a long way to go to meet that. As well as Japan. Alright, enough staring at the screen. I'm pretty sure I've not made a mistake. That is it. Which means I should have 34 units. Yep, it's impossible. It's so unbelievably impossible for Japan to hit that. It's just not there. So I could move some Russians forward. Don't think I need to though. But what I will do is commit an infantry and artillery here to trade Evenki, because it's still a 98. Nicely done, Russia. Taking that free territory. Yep, that is 33 and 2, 1, 10, and roughly 2 bombers, an AA gun. Yep, no sweat. Absolutely no sweat there. Good stuff, Russia. He could commit 5 infantry there, so be it. I'll just stack harder. That simple. Alright, 5 more infantry. I want Germany to trade this. That's a huge mistake if he does that. Because I'll leave it blue. Alright, very nice from the Allies. Look at that. Back up to a healthy 19 for the Russians. That is 6 infantry. Well, 5 and 1 artillery. But that is very healthy looking Russia right now. Very healthy looking American stack. If he wants to do a 1-2, does absolutely nothing to it. He has to run away with the Germans. He could try stack it. Puzzles me why you'd want to stack Ukraine. I'm not really sure what that would achieve. It would achieve more Germans helping defend the Caucasus, but you didn't need that in the first place. Yeah. Alright, good stuff from the Americans. I'm actually quite... I'm glad this is working out somewhat here. And it's not wasted IPC, so... Yep, I'm still learning, and I think I'm doing a decent job here. So, yeah. Alright. Where's the end of Russia round 14? We're back for UK round 14. Right. UK round 14. Germany bought 3 artilleries, 9 infantry, 1 tank. Prepared 6 to Germany. So he didn't go for what I thought he was going for, and just didn't buy the tanks. He still saved money. I guess the reason he saved is to build a surplus, just in case of harsh bombing raids on Germany itself. I guess. But if the money sits in the bank, then it's not providing value, right? So I don't mind that, if that's the reason he's doing that. Took Bellow, losing an infantry, and then killed 4 units for the price of 1 in Baltic, so that's kind of painful. But at least they get to kill 3 again. With this in mind, yeah, so there's no, like, weird, like, stacking going on. I don't know why he stacked Ukraine. He has to move either back to the Caucasus or run away this way. I think the US is pretty secured here, and I'm pretty sure the Allies could get away with stacking both now. Even if he restacks, maybe not, because that is that's a lot of units. I mean, that's 54. It's 63 infantry. So maybe not. We'll see what happens here, but that might kick me off. I don't know. I might have enough, just enough. We'll see what happens here. Otherwise, I'll just go back. It's fine. I think. For the UK, 6 infantry and another bomber. I'm probably going to regret this round. I think I could do a pretty ballsy play with the UK. Yeah, part of me hates the idea because it could backfire so hard. Yeah, let's get on with the combat, I think. The UK does have a couple things to follow. All minor things, but that's fine. I don't need to worry about the approach of the Japanese Air Force. It's not concerning. If Japan hits the fleet, at best he'll kill 2. So that would be a destroyer and a fighter, I'm pretty sure. Yep. And then US just comes in with more ships or buys more ships. Moves the carrier down, puts a fighter there. Like, it's not a concern. And of course, vice versa. If Germany hits this, I can move out of 5 before Japan finishes me off. That would be the only way to kick the UK out if he gets a decent result. But even so, 4 on 7 is not looking good. At best, he gets 4. And then it's still 3 on 2. So. Alright, the UK's turn. I'm thinking of taking Northern. And, do I do 1 transport here? It doesn't matter if UK takes it or not, the US will. Infantry. And then I'll send one of these fighters back to Russia. Now, the ballsy thing I'm thinking of doing is not that. I'm going to bomb Italy, Berlin, India, and Guangdong. A part of me does not like this at all, for obvious reasons. The risk of losing a bomber is very high. The risk of it going catastrophically wrong is pretty high as well. Higher than I would like. I don't mind losing 1 bomber. The game can pick the location. I think this is still pretty ballsy. Yeah, I mean, what else to do with the bombers unless I focus on Germany? I could focus on Berlin, but like I've said, he's storing IPC for this reason. And the more bombers you add to a bombing raid, the higher the chance you lose more bombers, right? I've been burned pretty hard overstacking a bombing run on a factory. I've been burnt a couple times. I lose 2 bombers, I lose 3 bombers. Like, it's really brutal. So far, the bombing raids this game have been generous to me. They've not shot down a bomber. Done 3. It's 6. So I've done a total of 9 so far. So a bomber's almost paid for itself. So is it worth draining both ACES members' income? Or just focus on Germany? I'm not sure. They could both make it back to Russia, if they survive, of course. I do have an AP lead, but I'd rather not lose like 40 million bombers to these raids. Oh, that's not what I want. How's that happened? I think this will be the UK moves. I may regret this turn, and it will reset. I mean, I think I'm in a pretty good position as the Allies, but it just loses pressure that I just didn't need to lose in the first place. Losing all these UK bombers. Yeah, but I think the UK bombers are slightly more expendable than the US ones currently. Yeah, I guess let's see what happens. Whatever happens, happens, I guess. I would probably regret saying that because I could lose every single bomber. Yeah, as long as they can all make it back, yeah, as long as they all have free movement left. Yeah. Alright then, UK, let's see what you can do. Or can't do, we'll see. Yep, that's it. That's right. That's the combat. Good luck to United Kingdom. Do it for king and country. Generous start. I'll take that, thank you. I'll take that. Dude, I'll take that. Any day of the week, man. Besides a bomber loss, I'll definitely take that. God. Unbelievable so far. It truly is. Alright, if I must lose a bomber, it is fine to lose it here. It's fine. I don't mind donating some bad luck. Even better. Unbelievable, truly. What a... oh my god, what a run. What a bombing raid from the UK. These ace bomber pilots. Unbelievable. Outstanding. I mean, round of applause. Like, come on. That is a top tier round from the UK. Absolutely outstanding. Unbelievable. The great thing about this is now I've saved an artillery piece. That is not what I want. The AA gun can move forward. Does it need to move forward? Not really. There's no way they hit this anyway. Yeah, so the UK can go here. This cruiser will go here. I could leave the cruiser there, actually. It's actually not a bad idea. Because... Well, do I care? Do I care? Like, I'm pretty sure I've established that the sub can't go through the destroyer to get to 53. Because the destroyer... Does it say it in the rules? I mean, these are probably simplified rules. Oh, yeah. I think this explains it here. An enemy destroyer... Yeah. Cancels the ability to treat a hostile sea zone as friendly. So if I had left the cruiser there to try and block this destroyer, the cruiser doesn't disable the sub's ability to turn this sea zone tile into a friendly sea zone, so he can't pass through. But since the destroyer is here, the sub can't pass through because it's a hostile sea zone, since destroyers turn sea zones hostile to submarines no matter what. From my understanding, the only way he can kill this transport is by committing the fighter and then also committing the carrier to catch the fighter, right? You can't send... You can, there is a way of work, there is a workaround. But in this case, he'll be forced to sack the carrier. It'd be forced to move here, I think. Unless he sends the sub after the destroyer, but my destroyer wins and the carrier physically can't make it. But then the carrier is forced... the carrier can retreat, I suppose. I suppose he could hope. Is it worth the fighter cost? I don't really want to give the transport for free. I don't really care for this UK cruiser. I'm being honest. He can't hit my fleet. My fleet is actually strong enough to wipe his and defend itself. So, alright, what a round from the UK here. Absolutely beautiful bombing raids. Unbelievable. What a result. I mean, just look at this. It's... That is crushing. It is. What a performance. 4 4s, 3 4s and 1 1. All of these guys will get, I don't know, an aviation medal, whatever the equivalent is of the Medal of Honor. Yeah, absolutely outstanding performance from these bombers. I couldn't have asked for a better result. Bomber, 6 more infantry. -4, 1, -4, and -4. It is utterly insane. What a round from the UK. I do think Japan will just hard stack the Caucasus again. I mean, that is just an insane amount of Japanese units, and the artillery really benefits this stack. So I'm not sure what's going on here. I do need to try and push forward with the Allies soon. But I can keep playing this tango going on here. Russia will not die ever. I don't think I can mess up Russia's defense, and I might have enough to defend both. It might cost the UK moving out to 5, but I could probably hold both. Right, 30 more IPC for the UK. The lead is growing slightly. Right, what a round for the UK, I must say. That was very generous of the game not picking off a single bomber. Yeah, that's quite a blessed round for the UK. Alright, well that's the end of UK round 14. We'll be back for USA round 14. Right. USA round 14. "15 infantry. Repaired 4 on India, repaired 4 on Kwangtung. Took trans. 4-3. Oh, he failed. Oh, wow. Okay. I'll definitely take that. What did he send? 2 and 1. Awesome. Yeah. I was wondering why that was still red. Ivenki, no units lost. Took the Caucasus, no units lost. I'll definitely take that, and that helps. So he's restacked the Caucasus and sent 9 to Germany, I guess, to go and stack France. Not sure why else there would be here. It doesn't matter if Japan trades these for Germany, the US can trade them back. And then the Allies get bonus money, like I did with West Russia. So I've been sitting and pondering at this board for like 50 minutes. Because I don't know where to move this stack. It has to move. I have to defend Moscow because he does have odds on it again. But I don't have to move every American into Moscow. So I think I'll move enough Americans into Russia so that it's impossible to take, and then move the rest into Bello and stack Bello. Because I have to make a move. I got to start pushing against Germany. I think I can keep Russia alive. I need to start forming a Baltic stack with the Allies. Start pushing the Germans back. It's a shame because ideally I'd want this to be American, so I could stack it and put an IC down. That's a bit too risky considering the stacks right here, so but me stacking Bello allows UK to start trading Ukraine. So I could start sending UK units into Bello and trading Ukraine every turn. There'd be absolutely 0 points in Japan trading it. And actually, if Germany trades it, the Allies get a bonus 2 income again. So he moved his fleet to 36, and he obviously stacked Transjordan. Which means I'm going to have to start sending more Americans down to Africa at some point. Not right now, but at some point. I think I have a turn or 2 to react, so I should be able to maintain some European income for the UK, so losing Egypt shouldn't be too detrimental. Yeah, this is, I don't know, I think I'm making it more complicated than it needs to be. I think I'm overthinking it. I don't think Japan's ever going to get odds on Russia still. I'm going to move these 7 guys here to send here and trade this. If I have at least 5 Americans a turn going into Russia, and then 6 Russians, that's 11 each round compared to, well, it keeps up with the Japanese. Eventually he'll outnumber me at that rate. But you really need overwhelming numbers to chew through a bunch of infantry like this. So, with that all said, I think the Americans are going to get 10 infantry, 3 artilleries, and a tank. There'll be a full land unit buy. I don't need to buy any more bombers with the US. I need more men, especially now that I'm going to need to invest into Africa. So I'm going to need at least 8 a turn in transports and 2 from the ICs. So it's still 10 a turn from the US into Europe. And then maybe some of the surplus will go to Africa. Well, we'll have to go to Africa. So I think this will be the buy. Now, I think I want the tank here. I might slowly increase America's tank corps. Yeah, I do think this will be the buy. What's the income for the Americans? 46? 48? Yep, that's it. Alright, so the plan for the Americans. Take Ukraine. Is that the only combat? Ooh, Russia has to deal with this. Interesting. I don't really want to air raid this. I guess I have to expend some Russians. I might have to move 12 infantry across then. Because I need to take this. So, ooh, I can't trade this turn then. Unless I air raid it, unless I use this tank. That's an idea. I don't really want to commit a tank to this. I have to take it each round, and I don't really want him trading. Russia. I take Kazakh, you go back up to 16. Which is another 5 infantry. Now, I did calculate my chances on holding 49. It's roughly at 60%. But I don't think I want to give him that option, because naval battles are always iffy anyway. I don't think I need to offer that to Japan. I think stacking with 45 does enough damage as it is, because what I think he's doing is trying to move into 34 again with his fleet, because there's so much air power on it, so that he could potentially pick up a bunch of dudes and wipe out the stack here. I will be retreating to Sudan, but he can use free transport to pick up guys, and he's got 3 bombards, and he's got a fighter. So if I move this fleet here, I'm threatening Philippines and Borneo, and I'm threatening to take it and hold it for a turn if he moves his fleet forward. So this should halt the Japanese advance. So in the way I see it, I think that's the best thing to do. These 2 guys in the bomber will sit here and zone off this, so he's forced to bring ships back if he wants to hang around in 62 all the time. Because he's leaving the transport there, picking up 2 guys and sending 2 up each turn. Yeah, I'm gonna force him to put a ship there. I think I move 12. Move 19. Move 3 guys, I think, and the rest move. Minus 1 dude, of course. I suppose I could have bombed, but I don't really want to expend the US bombers. I don't mind doing that with the UK. What was the plan? So stacking Sudan, I commit 2 fighters. Because the idea is I want this infantry moving to Libya, so I can delay. He's going to stack Egypt this turn, and then he can tank Blitz. So I want to delay his tanks for as long as possible going this way. So I have a turn or 2 to react, because I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to stack 13 with the bomber here. You can always move fighters to France as well and dead zone it. So I think, yeah, UK unit. The UK will leave 1 guy here and here and bring this tank home. I should have 4 infantry, 1 artillery, 2 tanks and 2 fighters for an 80% hold. I don't mind committing the fighters because Moscow, he has impossible odds to take. Move forward in mass, as always. The fleet, I'm going to pick up 2 extra dudes and stack 45. This bomber will go here. This bomber will go to Europe. Another 8, so another 4 guys. Okay. A lot of movement. I'll deploy the tank and infantry here. Right, 6 infantry for the Russians. I just want to kill the unit. I'll commit an artillery and infantry because it's vital I take Kazakh here. So good luck to the Russians. Outstanding. Excellent stuff. Right, no problems. Very nice, Russia. Let's see the total here. It should be just fine, but... $49. Yeah, that's plenty of units. Yep. 1 AA gun, 49 infantry, 2 artillery, 3 tanks, 8 fighters, 3 bombers. Yep. 99.6 to hold. Yeah. So I'm not going to try and dead zone this as hard anymore. I have to start pushing towards Germany here. I think I can hold... I think I might be able to hold on to Moscow and go for Berlin now. I have to make a move here, I think. And even if Japan could take Moscow, I might retreat the Russian units, right? Through Archangel to Karelia, right? We shall see. It's a good sign. That's a good sign. America's keeping up. The Japanese, yeah. Alright, that is the end of Russia round 15. And I'll be back for UK round 15. Right. UK round 15. This game just seems to keep going on forever. Forever and ever. Right, so 10 more infantry and 3 artilleries for the Germans here. Repaired 4 to Italy, repaired 1 to Germany. I've drained his reserves, so... Took Baltic, no units lost. Took Ukraine, no units lost. Took Northern Europe, no units lost. He stacked Poland. He has 15 artillery. I think he's trying to dead zone Baltic stack. So I'm going to see on US's turn if I can still stack it. Yeah. Yeah, this game's just going to keep going on and on, it seems. So I need to make a move on Berlin. I might do a capital trade with Japan, maybe. So this game can get somewhere else besides this point. We'll see. UK is going to buy 5 infantry, 2 artilleries, and a transport. I'm going to get back up to 4 now. I think I need the UK to start landing slightly harder now. And try and pair that with bombing raids, and hopefully they go well, of course. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know what Japan's going to do on their turn. Too much flexibility, so... But he can't stack West Russia, otherwise the stack just gets nuked. Pick up 4 guys here. And I'll pick the artillery and infantry, so I can keep a chain going down to Ukraine. Yeah, I mean... Yes, I don't mind losing 1 bomber this turn, but I do really need to take Ukraine. So I do hope he does not get 2 hits. I don't mind losing 1 bomber this turn. I did get let off the hook last turn. And I hope I take Ukraine. Of course, Baltic, so I can actually stack it. Potentially. Yeah, good luck to the UK. Generous, I'll definitely take that. I'll take that, dude. I'll take anyone. I'll happily roll a 1, I don't mind. Wow. Unbelievable. That's amazing. Outstanding. Right, this is this is the battle I do want to conquer, so I do hope he doesn't get 2 hitbacks. Okay. I mean, that's fine. Can I finish it off? Alright, good stuff. Right, another outstanding round for the UK. Unbelievable, truly. Now, the US can move all of its fighters out of Moscow, and it still be a 94. So, I do actually have a decent chance of stacking Baltic. But yeah, the tank is there. Yeah, the infantry is there. Alright, good stuff. You know, let's dead zone this harder. I can't. Okay, that's fine. Can I go here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. You know, the other bomber as well. So the UK will have 3 fighters and 6 bombers on this. He really can't push forward. It's so dead zoned. It's unbelievable. I guess I stick the AA forward. Even if I can't stack there, it's still a troublesome thing to hit. So now the Japanese bomber is here. So yeah, there's no way it hits this. Okay. Alright, I'm very happy with this turn here. It's very, very good. It's super unlikely I'm going to be able to trade this though if I can move in. Japan could trade it. With 9 infantry, I mean, that's certainly a move. I should probably have the UK on keep AA then, because you might go in for a round and hope for a hit. Yep, keep carrier. Yep, keep the AA gun. So yeah, just in case he goes in with the 9 infantry. And hopes to kill the AA gun. He would have to go through the entire 4 units first. 9 on 4, I should get at least 3 hits. Being honest. I mean, Germany could counterstack me and give up France. That's certainly a move. If Japan takes it, that's definitely a move. That is roughly 35 infantry. Yeah, but I think I still have enough units to protect Karelia, especially since I'm getting the extra transport now. Well, we'll see what he does, of course. Alright, that was another outstanding round from the UK. I couldn't have asked better. Seriously, that's very impressive. Very generous dice. I've not lost the bomber yet, which is super surprising. Absolutely awesome stuff. Alright, that is the end of UK round 15, and I'll be back for USA round 15. Alright, USA round 15. 14 infantry, 1 artillery, repaired 6 onto the Caucasus. 4 infantry to Caucasus, 1 and 2 to India, 2 to Kwangtung, 3 to Manchuria, 3 to Japan. Took Egypt, stacking it. Took Ukraine, no units lost. So we could blitz a tank over, I guess. Because he gains no value from this if the US can trade at this turn. Lost 2 infantry in Kazakh. And then, weirdly enough, attacked Evenki with 10 infantry. Lost 2 and killed 1. So I'm not sure what his intentions were, but the US could obliterate this if he had taken it. But no, he retreated all the units through Xinjiang. Yeah, so he continues to stack the Caucasus, nothing's changed really. But he's making a move on Africa now, which is gives me more freedom to push forward against Germany here, so but I will have to respond eventually. I still think he wants to move into 34. So I'm going to move my fleet to 52 and then probably up north here and threaten Japan directly. He's only got 3 infantry there this turn. For the US, 9 infantry, 2 artilleries, a tank, and another transport. I'm going to prepare units to go to Africa now. Zone 34 is still dead zoned. The UK still has 5 fighters on 34, and they can land in French Equatorial. But the problem is, obviously, this stack would have moved in mass here. Maybe not all of it, so maybe there's a chance it would be fine to leave my bombers there. And then the US will have roughly 3 on 34. All the allies have their fighters on it, but they're forced to land in Italian East, which is going to be dead zone, so yeah, I'm trying to limit his fleet movement as much as possible. He could send 1 fighter there when he moves in. He could send both, I suppose. Here, he's threatening Alaska. I'm debating whether to leave the bomber there still and the infantry and just move to 52 and bait him to hit it, or dare him to hit it. Because if he hits it, he would have to throw at least 2 transports. That'll be 4 infantry versus 2 and 1. That's unlikely to win. Is it worth sacking 2 transports just to kill 1 bomber? I'm gonna dead zone 64 very hard. If he wants to commit the fighter, he has to commit the carrier too, and I can just kill it with submarines. So I might just leave the bomber there. Just to apply as much pressure to these tiles as much as I can. Because then if I move into 52, my 2 fighters also pressure 62. Yeah, I'm not really sure about that. I'll decide it on the non-combat. Yeah, let's get the round started, I think. Now I'm trying to make a move to move into Bellow. I think I can. Not Bellow, Baltic. I think I can, but I think it's still advantageous for the Allies just to stack in Belorussia here. Just to ensure the dead zone, so there's no weird play. To shut the Allies out. And it allows me to trade Ukraine with both Allied members. And it stops Germany sending units to the Caucasus or sending a stack into Ukraine to start trading West Russia because it's dead zoned. If you push this stack forward, then the Allies can push forward and actually probably get odds on Germany. So yeah, I think I'll stay in Bello. And the idea is to bring these two fighters home. I will bomb Germany, I think. This bomber can assist Ukraine and land in Belarusia. Now I've got to distribute these guys. This should be fine. I don't know, I think I do dare him to hit this. If he conquers it, he should roughly have two, like, I don't know, like 2 infantry left. I should have 2 infantry and... I don't know, maybe I conquer Wake. We'll see. If I take an infantry loss in Wake, I'll retreat. I still have 2 fighter pressuring 62. So he still has to keep somewhat of a small fleet here. And I also threaten 61. Well, I technically threaten it now. Yeah, because if I can creep forward, the bomber here, 1, 2, 2, 3. Yeah, it doesn't really work just yet. I'd need to take Iwo Jima. I might work my way to Iwo Jima then, so I can get bombers down to zone these off. We'll see what happens. I need a way of forcing the Japanese fleet to stay here and not advance anywhere else. I was looking at the German losses, and he's conquered Northern Europe every single time without fail, with no losses. Every time I've stacked it so far, from what I've remembered. I've gone back 7, 8 rounds, and he's not lost a single unit taking Northern Europe. And he's killed 1s, he's killed 2s. Let's lock these in. I wish you good luck to the Americans. Yeah, it was bound to happen. You can kind of tell when the game processes a hit because it lags slightly. Go on, have me fail Wake. Okay. Right, very nice. Unfortunate about the bomber. I would prefer to lose the UK bombers, but I guess I'll have to deal with that. I want to push my tanks forward here. Well, one US infantry here and here. One here. Move these guys forward. And then move these guys... What do I have here? So Germany has 20... 1 and 6. 3 and 1. I think I'm going to send another 4 over. Or maybe just 2 now. 4 should be fine, because I can send a unit. The 4 units here can trade this and this. Yeah, I think 4 a turn this way is fine. And plus 5, plus roughly 6 US a turn. I just need to stack forward and push slowly. Yeah, that's that. These guys... come here. And yeah, the reason for this infantry here is to block the tank blitzing. So I could move this guy across, move one guy down, and then retreat and move a guy, and then he has to trade all 3 to pressure this. And then I should have US reinforcements arriving, so he can't just wipe out my units. I need 6. I think, yeah, the bomber will make its way. Yeah, since I lost one over here, it should probably come back. Yeah, that should be fine. It's the exact same position. What does this do? 1, 2. That does pressure it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So does that. I'll go here. If he stacks this with these units, the US can actually still strafe it. I have so much firepower here with the air. I could do a strafe. Or even trade it. Maybe not trade it, but maybe a strafe be better. Transport. I want a tank here. Artillery infantry. Good stuff from the US. Despite the bomber loss, but it's fine. Right, what is the Russian income for today? If I save the 2, that'll get me 6 next round. If I save 1, it'll get me 6 next round. Yeah, I like the sound of that. But that's it, there's no combat to be had. I'm not trading this, I'm just going to retreat the units. Alright. Yeah, I'll save the 1. So I get 18 next turn, and that's 6 more infantry. There'll be no combat. The US have done the heavy lifting here. I could leave my fighters there, I don't really see the point though. No. Right, 1 and 4. So just double checking Moscow. It's got 46-14, 2, 1 and 1. 6 more infantry. That is 52. 52 free. 10. And 5. Yep, 99.9%. So I have time. I can stop the US reinforcements for a couple turns and still have decent... the Russian influx of units alone should suffice. So I could probably stop reinforcing Archangel now. And start focusing on this Baltic stack, right? If Japan decides to stack Ukraine with its huge stack, he loses all progress on Russia again. He'll keep Germany alive, but then what? I'm not really sure how the game would turn then, because that would buy me time to send more units to Africa and win the Africa War again. Yeah, I mean, it is stalemated, I would say, but it's advantage me. I have the AP lead and the economic advantage. I think I do still. I mean, the UK's economy is a war economy, so same with the Germans. So it equals out. I do think I'm ahead in income. Alright, that is the end of Russia round 16. We'll be back for UK round 16. Right. UK round 16. 10 infantry and 1 repaired onto Germany. The Ukraine, no units lost, attacked the Baltic states, losing a fighter and 3 infantry. Very happy with that result. That is a crucial fighter he cannot replace. So I'll definitely take that. That AA gun serves its purpose very well. Along with 3 infantry, very nice. Excellent, truly. So he stacked Ukraine. I don't know the purpose of this at all. Unless he's trying to threaten a 1-2 on Moscow. I think there's too many allied fighters in range for that to happen, but we'll see. We'll see. It might work, but I'm going to stack Baltic. Yeah. So. Five infantry, 2 artillery and a tank for the UK. Yeah. Very good result. I'm very happy with that. I'm not sure what these Japanese units are going to do. He could stack Ukraine, I guess. If he wants to move away from Moscow again, it's fine. I'll just take away his recruit slot again. I suppose he could do that. I still stack here. I don't think he can pry Karelia from me if he does a weird bellow stack afterwards. You're just giving Russia a lot of freedom, so I'm not sure what he's going for here. But I think the best move is to stack Baltic with allies, both allied members here, so... Okay. This will be the buy. Right, I'm going to pick all these dudes up. Dump them into Baltic, as well as these guys. And these 2 guys. I think I'm in a position where Moscow, with this with this last batch of infantry, I think can hold on for at least 3 rounds, 3 to 4 rounds on its own against this Japan stack. I'm hoping. I'm going to bomb Germany. I have nothing else to do with the bombers this turn. I don't mind losing one bomber. Just hopefully my other bombers can do some damage here to really whittle down that income. He will have to give up France soon. I can transfer to a France stack at the same time, possibly. Give him an ultimatum. Which stack do you hit? Yeah, I think this is it. So, yeah, good luck to the United Kingdom. Yeah, alright. Yeah, good luck to the United Kingdom. I don't mind losing one bomber. Oh, unbelievable. I cannot believe that. Not a single one shot down. I think that was on the low end, but I'll take not losing a bomber on any day of the week. Oh, outstanding. Now, there is a weird move. Japan could hit Baltic states, but yeah, I just don't think it's going to do anything. I forget, what did I roll on that? Was it like 2 1s? 2 1s, 2 and a 12. I'd have to look at the footage because if I rolled 1s, I'm happy with that. I don't remember what I rolled. I remember a 4, and that's it. So I think I remember a 4 and a 2. I'll definitely take that. I'll definitely take that. Not a single bomber lost there. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Alright, this tank will run away. Cruiser. Follow your leader. I could move to 29. Right. 1, 2. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah. Safe. Put some pressure on 38. And 35. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, good stuff from the UK right there. Alright, a full buy for the UK here. This buy is to stack. That's why I bought the tank. I was thinking of 4 and 4, but I'll be wasting a bunch of artillery on Northern here. And I don't need to waste artillery because I have 4 fighters and 3 bombers in range of it, so I shouldn't need to expend artillery to trade. I'd rather save the artillery for the punch on Germany. Now, the reason I'm doing this is I'm trying to prepare for a finishing move on Germany, so the game can end essentially. I think the game's waiting on me to pull the trigger, so I'm gonna have to make a move here. I have the advantage. I should be able to hold on to Moscow for at least 2-3 more rounds with a comfortable odd. If something unnecessary happens, I can add more Americans. It's fine. America should be able to stack on its own on Baltic anyway, so I could send this entire stack this way, if need be. I'd rather not, though. Right. Well, as long as the UK has 24 plus income, I can get 8 infantry a turn. Alright, I'm very happy with that round. Good stuff from the UK there. Alright, that's the end of UK round 16. I'll be back for USA round 16. Right. USA round 16. The battle of positioning continues here. Japan bought 4 artilleries, a submarine, a fighter, and 7 infantry. Took Italian East for free, sacking a transport for it. Took Eastern Australia, no units lost, which is a bit ridiculous, but yep, that's that. That's that contest over. Flawless, in fact. I don't think there's any need for that. Bit embarrassing, not getting a single hit back. Took a stacked Anglo-Egyptian Sudan. Took Libya, no units lost. Took Kazakh, losing an infantry. Took Evenki, losing an infantry. Stacked Ukraine and Caucasus. Stacked 61 with his fleet. Now, he did buy a sub, so the fleet has done a good job of forcing him to buy more fleet, because I think I could actually stack. I just had enough. I had just enough to stack and get like a favourable battle. And he bought another fighter. But I noticed that since the UK is not in Bello anymore, or in Karelia, I actually can't trade West Russia with the UK after Germany takes it. So Japan can comfortably stack it with Germany if he wanted to, and then re-continue the push on the point caps, because he can go and stack 59. Now, to get to a battle where I'm comfortable with, I'm gonna have to buy another bomber and bring this bomber home to Western Canada to dead zone it again. I can get it to a 59.4 to win the combat with 14 IBCA profit for the attackers. So I'll take that, I think. Yeah, he can stack 10, and I can attack with 11. The UK cruiser can't get involved, obviously, but it will be there to defend whatever remaining fleet is left. Yeah, there's a genuine threat here. He could actually just stack West Russia and stack Karelia. He could go for it. On J17, move to 59 and stack West Russia. So, yep, I'm going to have to try and dead zone that. I'm going to return this infantry back to its home, Hawaii. Move these 2 guys down so I can actually pick up another 2 guys. Get 5 infantry, 1 AA gun as a defense, just in case my fleet fails. Yeah, but to counter this, I'm going to be stacking Baltic and threatening Germany directly. So he has to give up France, since he stacked Ukraine. So I can still trade France, but there's a way where he can stack Poland, Germany, restack Germany, and restack France. I'll take 3 turns. Round 19, he can take France back, I think. So yeah. Yep, the game keeps going and going. So, but yeah. Let's keep going. 12 more infantry and a bomber for the Americans here. He also stacked Evenki, so I can't really contest this anymore. I'm gonna have to give this up. So Japan's economy is going to boom because he's taken all this territory and he's won that as well. I'm gonna have to send units to Africa now because I can't allow him to just push forward and push this stack around. So Yep. I'm going to commit an artillery and 2 infantry here. This has to work in trade, so pretty much it. I'm going to bomb Germany again. And I need to trade this. I'm going to undercommit, because I think I can get away with doing this. Yeah, this is quite alarming now. He might just buy artillery to really ramp up that pressure on Russia. This will be the last reinforcements from the US here, so I'm going to have to be really conservative on Russia now. I have to break Germany, so I did try to see if I could stack Poland, because if I could stack Poland, I could actually cut off this stack, the double stack here, but it's too dead zoned by Germany alone, despite them not having much material besides 10 artilleries. Yeah, almost. But if I could get more allied fighters there, then I could probably offer a 50-50. And then UK would have decent pressure on Berlin, so you'd have to give this up still. I think UK's killing this. That submarine. The destroyer's out of place, so he can't then retrade it. Kill my sub, so that's good at least. Alright, I wish you good luck, America. I'll definitely take that. Very happy with that. Not a bomber loss. I'll take any outcome over a bomber loss. Excellent. Outstanding. Bloody hell. My units are super responsive. Very nice. Never seen so many ones. Yeah, it sucks about those units, but it's what it is. Guy will come here, one guy will come here, and I'm going to retreat. I don't really care about this territory. I just want to slow him down for one more turn before he touches Union of South Africa. If he pushes in mass, I should be able to defend myself. Question is, do I deliver the tank? I think that's fine to deliver the tank. I think that's what I bought it for. I will stack with everything. Bring the tanks here so they can get in range into Moscow if need be. Yeah, that is problematic because you cut off reinforcements. That is what it is, I guess. Bombers. here. Yeah, really running low on the reinforcements here. I'd have to pull from here to deliver more units. It should stabilize eventually. But I'm hoping I can get enough pressure on Berlin before he can come back. But he has to give up France here. I don't think he can. I mean, it might actually be worth Allies taking Germany just for a turn. We'll see what happens here. Now this bomber can reach. It's forced to land here. So I have to protect it. Yeah, there's nowhere to there's no point me going anywhere without the transports. But I want to deliver the unit off just in case he goes for this. Could go away with his navy, but then I just return, right? He can't leave. He can't leave still, otherwise I go to 59. I mean, he can go away for a turn, and then I just move forward. So, guess I come back. Guess I do come back. Yeah, I can't go there. I can go here. Don't want to go too far away though. 59. The subs can stay here. But then he stacks 49 if I do that. Wait, does he just stack 49? Does he just stack 49? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. He stacks 49 instead. Is there no way for this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't work. He had. Okay. That's fine. He can't stack 59, but he can stack 49 and still put pressure on Hawaii. I still have a turn to react and buy more units. All I need to do is just dead zone 53 and I can retake it. Because he should suffer quite a few losses. There's quite a large amount of defenders here. Yeah, I didn't see that. Yeah, you can go to 59. Well, he can't go to 59. I have a pretty decent chance to wipe his fleet. But he can go to 49. Because I do not have the 2 additional bombers. Which means he will have an 88 to hold. He could then get his hands on New Zealand. But he's committing 2 of his planes here and not over here. So it's still a win for me because he's committing quite heavily to this. I just have to ensure that it's dead zoned. And if need be, I can deploy 2 fighters here as well. And 2 bombers as cannon fodder. Please go here. Do I go here with the fighters? Can I bend the luck a bit? Because ideally I want fighters, the US fighters in Karelia, to put even more pressure on Germany, right? I can actually leave all my US fighters in Karelia. It's still 100% to hold. So I'm pretty happy with that. So I have a lot of attackers on Berlin now, so he has to give up France, surely. Maybe I move this guy forward, this guy forward, this guy forward. Because I have spare material. I do. Get as many men forward as possible here. I'll see my odds on UK, because Germany can obviously defend it pretty well. Does have an AA gun. Okay. Yeah, he has to give up France then this now. Point cap is still not available to me, even though I'm pressuring Italy now. It might be worth me sacking to take Italy for a turn. Now that I'm looking at it, do I even need to bring this bomber back? Can I just have it as another attacker? Because, let's say, I mean, what's his odds on my fleet? So, if Japan pushes forward and threatens 53, I can actually leave my fleet there and sack it off. Because this will actually force him to commit his fighters to the sea battle. Because without his fighters, it's a 69%. And sea battles are can be problematic. So, I don't know. I'm actually not calculating the additional cruiser. So, yeah, it's a straight without the Japanese fighters in the combat. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, this assumes that he doesn't buy another bomber, but he might. If he does not include these two fighters in the combat, it's a straight coin flip. I don't mind sacking my fleet off to deny him this. I can prepare a small fleet or retaliation, which will wipe out his fleet. So I actually do not need the bomber here. The bomber can stay. Bomber 2 and 10. Alright, good stuff from the Americans there. That was a very good round for them. Very happy with that. Not losing a bomber. And yeah, no units lost. A flawless round for them. Very nice. 6 more infantry. Combat will be nothing. Yeah. Bring the artillery home. It's nice to save that. Yeah, good stuff. Amazing stuff from the from the US here. Very nice. And Russia's keeping nice and strong. He has no odds on this. There might be some weird... he could come back and have odds, possibly, but I have so many fighters that I can just probably plug the hole up again. I have tanks as well. And plenty of cannon fodder. So I don't know if it's there for him. Maybe he does it to force the move. He could buy another 4 artilleries or 4 tanks to really ramp up that attack power, but yeah. So a pretty significant lead there. US is still keeping up with Japan, despite Japan's better economy overall. I think the economy... What is that? It's 90 to 41, 48. So he does have a slight advantage in economy, but I've had it for the majority of the game, as you can see. better AP. So, yeah. Alright, that is the end of Russia round 17. I'll be back for UK round 17. Alright. UK round 17. 1 artillery, 5 infantry for Germany, and repair 12. Took Northern Europe, no units lost. Took West Russia, losing an infantry. Took Bello, losing an infantry. Killed Poland, no units lost. Alright, so this round will be a very pivotal round, I think. Because the Allies have a 1-2 punch on Germany. A 1-2 punch so good, in fact, that is a 100% chance for the US to conquer. So I think I'm going to go for it, and hopefully this is the finishing move for him. Hopefully I don't get diced here, of course. That would really suck after all this build-up. Yeah. I think that's the plan. Since I'm going in, the US can now just swarm Europe. I'm going to take Southern Europe, I'm going to take France, I'm going to take Northern. I'm going to kill these extra 3 units because there is a retaliation. The Allies could bring 89 units into the attack, and there are a total of 58 defenders. Japan could bring a fighter and a tank. That is it. Nothing else. With this in mind, the UK will be buying 5 and 3. All I can afford anyway. The UK can afford 7 next turn. Yeah, so I'm hoping I can pull this off so I don't have to worry about this, because hopefully the game would have ended, right? Yeah. So I think we should go for it. Let's bite the nerves, let's get on with it, I think. Yep, this is it. Kill this transport. The reason I'm leaving all these notes is because it gets exhausting trying to remember everything when games get this late. So that's why making it a bit easier on myself, just to keep track of things. I'm actually gonna recalculate Japan's odds on Russia, so I can move the UK fighters here, so I can have a decent UK follow-up just in case as well. I don't think he's gonna have decent odds. I don't think he will. I do forget. Let's have a look at it now. So without the UK fighters, yeah, it's 57, 4, 2, and 1, the 97. So I can move the UK fighters out. The problem is, does that exhaust Russia to the point where they can't recover? Not really, because they still have 23 infantry on average. I'll definitely take that. Of course, a lot of things matter on my infantry actually getting their hits, and he's actually somewhat matching my 2s. Kind of. He has half my 2s-ish. So, yeah, I can move the UK fighters here. So, on average, the UK can kill 15 infantry. I really need to meet at least the average. so the US can get an average result to defend itself against the Axis retaliation strike. Alright, good luck to you, UK. I need you to kill at least 15 infantry. Good luck. Yeah, that's not the average just yet. Is it worth... what are the... So I got 11, I think. Alright, so I didn't get the average with the UK, but it's still 100% to conquer for the US. Now, is it worth sacking this material off? On average, I have 8 infantry with the Americans left, which means on the Berlin defense, it is still it's without the Russian fighters, it is a 69 to hold. With the Russian fighters, it is a 90%. So, I think I pull back. I retreat. US is still stacking this turn. These fighters should be safe, no? These bombers, I mean. Here? Guess they have to be. These 3 fighters move in to Karelia. So the UK can have a decent follow-up the turn after. Alright, well, wish the Americans good luck here. They definitely need it for this. I think I'm pretty happy with that round. This should be over for the Axis. I'm not really sure. We'll see what he does with Japan. That has to be the wrong move. I think his best move is to go for Moscow. He has... What is that? That's 63 infantry, and he buys 4 artillery. So we have 63 infantry, 21 artillery, and 3 tanks, and then he buys air, right? I wouldn't be surprised if he has odds on Moscow. So, I think Russia would then retreat into Archangel. There's no point flipping this, because Germany's going to die. And try and hold Karelia. I should be able to get the Russians here in time. The Allies should have plenty of turns to build and prepare, right? And then it will go into a late game. The US and the UK will be freed up in Europe for the most part. They'll grab all the income, and then the fleets can retake Africa, control the Med, because in a late game, UK and US versus Japan, controlling the Med is essential for the Allies. Reclaim Africa and then open up, keep this front going, and then eventually Japan should fall apart. Best case scenario, of course. Anything can happen. It's a dice game. I mean, after that, the Allies are still ahead. That's a good sign. Alright, well, that's the end of UK round 17. I'll be back for USA round 17. Alright, USA round 17. 14 infantry, 2 artilleries, and 1 tank for the Japanese. 1 artillery, 1 infantry to Kwangtung, 1 artillery, 3 infantry to the Caucasus, 3 infantry to India, tank infantry, 2 infantry to Manchuria, 5 to Japan. Took French Equatorial Africa, took Algeria for 3, took Kazakh losing 3 infantry, I'll definitely take that. Took Rhodesia, took Belgian Congo losing 2 infantry, very nice. Took Vologda losing an infantry. He moved this stack into Poland here and moved the fighter and tank here. Now, I've not miscalculated still. It's still a 99.72 conquer. On an average result, is a 50-50 to hold for the Americans. If I can pull that 50-50, then I can reinforce with the UK. Otherwise, the UK would have to like strafe Germany, because apparently, yeah, the US will get the income for taking it this turn if Germany takes it back, and then the UK takes it, and then Japan takes it back. The US then retakes, the US doesn't get the money for it because the UK took the money. So yeah, I need his infantry to whiff completely on Germany's turn. So yeah, obviously I'm going into Berlin. With that in mind, I'm going to get an artillery, transport, and 3 bombers. So I can up the US attack for a potential retake from Japan. And yeah, alright, yeah, let's get on with combat here. I'm going to pick up 1 dude, take France. The rest will then hit Northern Europe to kill these units, right? I'll be taking this territory, Southern Europe. And I'll also bring a tank and infantry. But why don't I just go all in on this then? Just to make sure. I'll do this. Just trade it for a turn. And yeah, everything else will just hit Germany. Berlin. Pick up all the artillery. Then the infantry. Move the tanks across and move all the aircraft in. It might be worth sacking all the US bombers here. So I have more ground defenders to hold. I'm going to chuck 2 infantry at this. And the rest of the US units are going to move into Baltic, I think. Yep, alright, let's get on with it then. Good luck to the Americans here. These units need to die, otherwise he gets better odds on retaking Berlin. Alright, come on boys, finish it off. Can I get a single hit with my 2s? That'd be nice. Or we could just play around. Alright, excellent. Alright, hopefully we can get a better result than the average here. So good luck to the Americans. All right, I think that's a very, very good result. Wow, 11 infantry left. That is a top 8% result. Outstanding. That is crucial. Let's have a look at this. 11. German retaliation without the Russian fighters is a 91.4% to hold. Outstanding result. I think that is game. Go on, boys. Nice. Outstanding. Very, very nice. What a round from the US. I was not expecting that. Yeah. 11, 14, and 4. Against 20 and 6. 91.4% to hold. Yeah, I didn't even need to sack any bombers, so I have 2 bonus. I have 5. Why I bought the bombers? Gonna buy 2 bombers for Norway. Because I was planning on sacking some, but I didn't have to. That was outstanding. The first and second round, my freeze, wow, they performed spectacularly. Very nice. I'm pretty sure, yeah, round 1, only one of my frees missed, and then round 2, one or two of my frees missed. So outstanding. All right, this should be it for the Americans here. Well, since I now threaten Italy, taking Germany and France, I'm going to move into 44 and threaten a point cap. This will bog down his navy, so he can't progress anywhere else. And since he doesn't have Moscow yet, yeah, I could threaten a point snipe. Yeah, this was a mistake. I think his best move was to come back, because I'm pretty sure he would have had odds on round 18. He could have bought 4 artillery here and bought aircraft to really bring the pressure on this and take Moscow round 18. But I don't know, maybe the game would still be over by then. So I'm not sure. I don't think that was the best move here. UI broke there. That's weird. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to guarantee this. I'm just going to move the Russian fighters. Even without the Russian fighters in Moscow, still roughly a 96 to hold. The UK fighters won't need to go to Germany anymore. So they can go back to Moscow. And this fighter. So bomber here, artillery. And yeah, transport 2 bombers. Great stuff from the Americans, very nice. Russian income. I'll save the 1. I'm going to do a strafe here, I think. Shame if I... There's no way I get 5 hits, right? That's ridiculous if I get that. Yeah, so I don't really know what I was thinking. I've just heavily miscalculated his odds. I was calculating my attack on his stack, not his attack on his stack on my stack. So yes, 26 versus 29. Without the Russian fighters, it's a 98. So if he somehow pulls off a 1.5%, I don't know what I was thinking. I must have been tired when I did the calculation, but I don't need the Russian fighters. So yeah, despite that miscalculation, I don't think there's any chance. I think the game is fully over. I don't know why I thought there was a chance after this. I mean, we can continue here, but since I've taken Berlin now, the entire Allied fleet is free up to reconquer everything that Japan's taken. Yeah. And this stack is just not big enough to deal with this. Now, I'm pretty sure I've not miscalculated his odds on Moscow here. I've definitely done his attack here. Good luck to Russia. Alright, I'll take that. These guys should have returned to the Caucasus. If I calculate, if he had just... Let's add those 24 infantry. If he pulled back, he would have had a 90% chance to conquer Moscow. So that has to be a mistake. It has to be, because he would have... If these guys were here, and he bought more artillery, he bought more air, he would have Moscow. The Americans can't get the fighters there in time. Even with the extra UK fighter, it'd still be an 84. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a misplay. So yeah, I think that is GG and well played to El Capo here. But we'll see. Yeah, I'm just quadruple checking. Like, I've made a mistake in calculating here. Yeah, I'm going to threaten a point cap here, and if he wants to continue the game, I'll force the game to end through point cap, unless he defends it, of course. But it's just the slow death of Japan now. That's pretty much it. Yeah, and I got a 50, roughly 40, 45 AP lead, so yeah. That is the end of Russia round 18. And we're back for UK round 18. Right, as expected, that is the end of this game. Wow, that one took some time. 18 rounds. Wow. Just got to round 18. Ended round 17. Yep, just a straight forfeit here. Yeah, absolutely nothing the Axis can do in this situation. Yeah, for the game to progress into a late game with UK and US versus Japan, Japan must take Moscow before Berlin falls. I'm pretty sure even if he made the correct move and moved these 24 infantry to the Caucasus instead, and then took Russia, I think it's too late anyway, maybe? I would have probably retreated with the Russians. There's no point wasting the material. It's the best odds I can get. Was roughly an 84 for Japan to conquer. I prefer to preserve the units than sack all the material. Because, well, infantry, I would say, they're the most cost-effective unit in the game, and I don't really want to sack off 49 Russian infantry. That's a very nice bit of power there to save and reserve. So yeah, GG and well played to El Capo. That was a very fun game. So yeah, I'll try and keep this short. I don't actually remember much of the first round. I think it was just an average West. Okay, below average West Russia. Yeah, I'm always happy when I win as the Allies when I get a poor West Russia. He didn't lose anything special, did he? Oh, that's right. Yeah, he lost the 2 fighters early on. So yeah, the early game, below average West Russia, but then Germany losing 2 fighters was pretty brutal. But then the first 3 Japan rounds were killer. Don't think he suffered a single unit loss. So he killed roughly a ratio of 11 infantry to 0, or 11 units to 0. I think he did. No, he didn't do Pearl because I still have the fleet here. But yeah, his Japan was it was killer, and it has been killer throughout the entire game. Round 5, I threatened a VC win with this fleet here, and he noticed it. So good on him. He stacked France. He came off of Karelia, stacked France. I was stacking Kazakh at the time. He stacked West Russia, Germany, so I had to come off. Then he stacked the Caucasus. Now, I don't know, I assume he calculated it, but it was a favourable battle for the Allies on a 1-2. I do remember round 6, UK, Russia 1-2 punch. Russia goes in round 7. Very bad UK outcome. Absolutely horrendous dice, but Jay added their air force. Russia got a very, very good result. I don't remember the exact percentage chance of it happening, or if it was a top certain percent. But he got a very good outcome. I think it was 2 artilleries and 3 tanks left. On average, I have a tank left, I think. So absolutely outstanding performance by the Russians there. Got me back in the game because I do feel like the Axis were ahead in that situation. Okay, so throughout this match, I experimented with the Pacific Fleet. Now, I was playing a couple Allied placement games, and I was trying to experiment it, but I kept messing it up. I kept stacking it into dead zones, basically losing it. So I'm very impressed with myself here, pulling this off. I think it was very effective. I do want to incorporate it more. I do want to, especially through the last season, I was always thinking with my allies play, like, how can I limit J expansion? How can I harass them? And using the US fleet is exactly one of them. Now, I did watch. What inspired me to try and test out this play was if you go to Mac's channel and he plays his league game versus General Jippy. General Jippy pulled off that, I think, round 5 or 6 VC snipe with the fleet, right? That caught me off guard. I thought that was incredible. So, and then my team captain is also General Jippy. Now, he's been given various tips on how to utilize this because I want to improve on this, and I think every Allies game now I'm probably going to try and incorporate this because this worked out very well. Heavily limited J expansion into Australia, New Zealand here, and even Africa on top of that, especially with the US Air Force as well. And the great thing about this, about the team games, even though this is a solo, you showcase it to your team, and your team can chime in and give you pointers. That is awesome. It really is. Getting advice on, especially with display, basically getting me to ask questions. I mean, I don't know. I think this is a huge step to my allies play. I do find allies more exciting to play. So this is really something here. Yeah. Especially when I was holding India. Um, I was getting suggestions like, why don't you buy a bomber, or why don't you try and limit the J fleet movement? And I've never thought of that before. Buying the bombers was something I always do anyway, late game allies. But using the UK sub with bombers, just limiting the J fleet movement, forcing Japan to commit their entire fleet to expand somewhere. That is effective. And there's good evidence here, I think. I don't think this is two ocean necessarily. Don't have a particularly good opinion of that tactic anyway. But this KGF tactic, I think I watched. I think his name is Selden. He also does. He did do vids on YouTube, and he goes by a tactic of the World War tactic, and this is kind of what it's like. And General Jippy is quite fond of this as well. I'm a very big fan of it, and I'm probably going to incorporate it to most of my games. And I think this is a huge step up. This is not easy to pull off because you have to split your attention. This is probably the most focused allies game, especially with this added harassing everywhere as much as I can. Yeah, I'm very proud, happy with this. Yeah, so experimenting with the Pacific Fleet, using the fleet to harass Japan, delay expansion into Africa, Australia, New Zealand, Hawaii, dead zoning sea zones as much as possible, offering 50-50s, all this sort of stuff, forcing J to fully commit their navy and still protect 61 from the shark. Considering I have mass bombers, you can't do it all, right? And yeah, I did a very good job at limiting J expansion. I'm very chuffed with this play here. Alright, so yeah, another good pointed out here is after Russia successfully pulled this off, Germany took, then an important move was the US wiping out as many Germans as possible to give Russia a breather. On USA7, using the tank and air blitz here, taking West Russia, stabilizing Russia, and continuing to keep the door open. Now, I was concerned throughout most of the game whether he's going to stack Baltic. I think that's a pretty good counter on top of with the Japanese stack. I don't know if he'd stacked Baltic, that could have caused quite a few problems. I think. It's only infantry, so maybe not. I probably could have still worked around to hold both. I will note a small mistake he made was the fact that he stacked France the entire game and did not leave a bomber there. Now, I don't know if he was trying to bait me to hit France, but going through 20 plus infantry is very difficult anyway. A big commitment from the Allies when the Germans could just retake it. It's just a small micromanaging nitpick. The bomber there would have forced me to at least leave 2 boats here, or get a battleship. Yeah, UK11 went down to 3 transports. Decided to invest in bombers. Now, bombers late game always scale, super strong. Now, if I count the Air Force right now, I think the Allied Air Force is 23 to 3 Axis planes, so it's utterly insane. Bombers are really strong. Not just for strategic bombing runs, but just limiting Axis movement and exerting extreme force on any tile. Really, you could use one infantry and like 6 bombers and just nuke a tile of anything there, pretty much. Yeah, I think the great thing about team games is that your teammates can chime in and give you pointers and notice things that you don't. I think C Brown also mentioned that in my Axis team game. His teammates chimed in and he noticed things that he didn't know. So it really is an interesting dynamic. It's a completely different game. It is. UK14. This is when I started doing the strategic bombing raids. Got an unbelievable result. That's round 17, mate. Yeah, the beginning of many successful strategic bombs. I think I did do a couple prior to that round. So overall, I did so many bombing raids, and I think I only lost one bomber. I think it's insane. It really is. This doesn't happen regularly, by the way. Most games I don't strategic bomb unless I have the advantage. If I don't have the advantage, if it's an even game, I don't really tend to do that. But if I'm behind, I will give it a shot. If I'm ahead, I'll give it a shot because it's still risk. But yet, insane strategic bombs absolutely killed the German economy. Yeah, and then UK15 went back up to 4 transports after a mass bomber buys, and then followed by another great strategic bombing round. Yep. Absolutely killed the economy. Now, Germany did save that one round, and I don't know if that's what he was going for. I did think he was going to stack Baltic and buy 10 tanks, but I bombed Germany just perfectly to stop the full 10 tank buy into Germany. That was funny. Exactly what I needed. I don't know if that was what he was going for. There was many point cap threats, and that was what was. I didn't notice it straight away, but yeah, General Jippy did. He did note there was a point cap risk. Now, this is another importance of keeping the Pacific Fleet is to limit Japan from pushing into Hawaii without committing the whole navy, right? On top of with bombers being near India, Kazakh, Japan can't do it all. Can't split from the shuck, really. I mean, if you think about it, I had like 6 units here. He would have to bring at least 2 transports and air force from the shuck. So Japan's got to dedicate a lot of energy to take Hawaii if the fleet's here. I did add to it slowly. So I suppose this is technically a 2 ocean because I did add to the fleet. And I pulled it off. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think the turn I noticed it, Japan probably could have pulled off that West Russia stack with a small German assistance. The Germany stacks Baltic, and then closes the door and then goes for Hawaii. I do think that was possible, but the turn after that, the longer it went, there were more Americans, there were more Russians for that 1-2 punch, and it just became more and more unlikely. I was still worried about it, so I kept making sure it was Omega dead zoned to make sure the point cap was not possible for the Axis. I think that was the only way they could really win the game. I pretty much controlled, ever since Germany lost its tank corps and Japan lost its air force, it went straight into Allied control. I think the game ended that round. The Americans and the UK had too much power to just wipe out Germany from advancing and keeping the pressure up. And they didn't counter-stack me. That might have been a mistake too. It's not essential to hold France. He could have backed off for a turn and then stacked forward and threatened the door, which would mean I would have to think about holding both Russia and Karelia. It might have been possible, I'm not sure. Yeah, and then G16, Germany stacked Ukraine. I think that's a major mistake here. You needed to send them back or keep them in Poland to stop me doing what I've just done here. It took Berlin with a comfortable 99.4% odds. Yeah, stacking Ukraine with Germany, way over. I don't know why he did it, but my American stack was in Bello. I had more units in Karelia. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know if this was a counterplay. I don't know if he was going to go for the West Russia stack with both powers. But stacking Baltic's just way too strong. And here you are. I stacked Baltic round 16 and then took Berlin round 17. That's how major it was. And then Jay also making the mistake around 16. Going to Poland from Ukraine, going to Poland instead of going to the Caucasus. I think I did point out, yeah, if Japan bought like 4 artilleries, brought the 24 units back, moved everything up, bought mass air, even without the air, he had a 90% to conquer. If he bought mass air, he would have had even better odds. Took Moscow this round. I would have given it up, but still. Japan had no air force, so the investment into air wouldn't have been a bad move. And the lack of infantry for a round from India and Japan wouldn't have been that bad because you now own the Caucasus and Moscow. So you could deploy 12 units directly into Europe. Alright, this is the final standing for the league table here. ACES High versus Panzers East, match 1. Match 1 goes to Panzers East, my team. Very well played to my team, myself and ACES High here. That was quite the close matchup. 9-12 is very close. Yeah, seriously well played to both teams. It was very enjoyable to play El Capo and also partake in the team game with Joe Schmo as my teammate against Fab Hody, C Brown PT, and Conradian. Truly, there are some outstanding players in this match here. So yeah, and it was interesting because you can't spectate the games, but in each Discord channel you can showcase your game and then watch the game take place, and it was very entertaining to see how every game turned out. It was it was quite awesome actually. Nice setup. All right, and yeah, this is the standing for my division here. Yeah, the first wins to Battleships and Panzers East here, and then you got the total points so far. This is probably, yeah, still got 2 matches to go, so this is not complete. This is just the early stages here. Yeah, yeah, GG and well played to ACES High. Alright, yes, I'll quickly showcase match 2 here. Month 2, match 2. It'll be Panzers East versus Battleships. Now, Battleships they did win their game against Commandos, and they won flawlessly. They won every single game besides one that's still going. So they have they went 0-19. So yeah, that's very impressive. Definitely some competition here as well. Now, the board's half filled already because this game against El Capo stretched over the time limit by several weeks. So a couple games are already finished. So yeah, in this game here, I'll explain it in the other 2 games that are going to go on here. We're playing on the Allies, Team Allies. Meaty Bites is Russia. Joe Schmo from the Axis game, my teammate as United Kingdom, and then myself as the US versus L, Jeffy, and Husky. I will apologize if I mispronounce anyone's name, of course. As G and J, and then I'll be playing on Axis 1 against J Beachbum for Allies 1. Yeah, the point system is basically Allies 1 and Axis 1 are worth 3, Allies 2 and Axis 2 are worth 2 points. The wild card is worth 4 or 3. I forget. Wild card, where is it? It's worth 3. Okay. And the team games are worth 4. That's the end of this video here. Well played to El Capo and well played to ACES High. Yeah, well played to El Capo. That was a very fun game. I think that's one of the most fun and best allied games I've played so far. I think I was on my top game there. I was doing things I don't normally do and focusing on things I don't normally focus on, especially limiting Japan in a KGF. That was key, really limiting his income expansion through Africa to Australia and New Zealand. I think that was pretty integral to my success. Keeping that, as the allies, you want to maintain that income advantage, right? I was taken away from Germany. I did that for the majority of the game until eventually pushed into Africa, but the game was over by then. So I held on just long enough, delayed just long enough for it to matter and end the game. Yeah, GG and well played to El Capo. So thank you so much for watching. Appreciate your time, and I'll catch you in the next one.